Perfect. So, welcome to another client case study. Today, I am very excited. I've got Lisa here with me, and we are about to talk a little bit about Lisa's journey and where she's been before joining the Weight Loss Mastery Academy, and the roadblocks potentially that she was facing along the way, and also how she managed to overcome them. Lisa, do you want to start off by just telling people a little bit about who you are and what made you want to get into doing a coaching program?
Oh, I hate this sort of stuff. Okay, so I'm a wife, I'm a mum of a 13-year-old now. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. I'm a busy working mum. I work in insurance, so it's very busy, but I'm luckily not on the phones. I'm on email and social. So if you Facebook us, you may get the pleasure of dealing with me.
Bumping into you. Yeah.
Yeah. I've done so many diets, like seriously. I did Weight Watchers. Clearly the weight went back on. But I would tell you now, do not do Weight Watchers. I got underweight and they still kept on telling me to lose weight. So I think I did end up with an eating disorder. And then I went the other way and I ate too much. Then I tried Weight Watchers again and spent so much money on it and just couldn't do it because in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, no, I can't eat to be able to lose the weight. And that's exactly what it was. It was just like, you don't eat a lot because you think it's points. You're looking at your points. And it got to the point where I think I just about almost turned into a vegetarian. Then I put the weight back on. And then I did this program called Zen. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's and that was really expensive. And yeah, I lost the weight with that, and then I put it back on. And so I started to realize there's a trend here, and it's a trend that's like I need to track what I'm doing all the time. Don't just put it in your mouth and carry on because it's weeks, and then before you know it, you can't fit into your clothes. Like, yeah, yeah, and I just felt really awful about myself. And then it was actually a friend of mine who seriously needed to join the group, and she tagged me into your post. And I thought, oh my gosh, she's finally doing something. Oh yeah, I'll do it with her. And then she didn't even know what I was talking about. Like, what do you just randomly tag people in posts that you don't know what you're talking about? And then I spoke to you, and and I went okay, and I did the 6 week challenge, the original 6 weeks challenge, and that was great. And then the 6 week challenge stopped and I just went back to the way I was doing it. So then I went, no. So I joined it. And so, yes, I've just recently been on a holiday, and the holiday food kept on continuing because I lost track of what I was doing and I was working too hard. So now I've learned we're all going to go back to our old ways, but it's about having that light bulb moment, I suppose, where you go, oh my goodness, I'm going back to the way I was. I'm not going to waste the hard work I've done. So I call it drawing a line in the sand, mentally with your mind, getting your backpack, putting your backpack on and carrying on. So now I've actually bought what people would call, I don't know, a school book, because it's got pages and pages and pages, and I write down, but I also write down in it how I'm feeling, so that if I'm having a bad day, I can look back and go, oh, wait a minute, that's how I was. And so I've got back on it, and I put 5 kilos on, but I went on a cruise. I didn't even put the weight on the cruise because I was so paranoid about what I was eating. I was actually eating healthy on the cruise, and everybody else was eating like pigs, but not really, not my family. And then so I've lost 1 of the kilos already in a week, and that was just by doing it, just prepping, getting it ready. And if it's not prepped, I always have a tin of salmon in the fridge so that it's 2 seconds, boom, boom, done with a salad.
I love what you said there, because it's not about having the perfect nutrition plan. It's all about the mindset, right? And getting over the all or nothing mentality, and going from depriving yourself to then overindulging, and really also tying that in with with life and striking that balance, going from, you know, either working a lot or holiday mode, and to get to a point where you are quite balanced, and it doesn't matter if life throws things at you, you still be able to kind of continue what you do and don't go down, you know, either like, oh, sorry, it's I put it in the too hard basket, and then you realize you put the weight back on, and then you start eating like a bird again. So it's having that real that balanced approach. So I love that.
And it's been a good for me. Like, I look at my mum, and my mum is, she's going to be 69, not that she's impressed with it, but she's very little. But I look at, because I watch what people eat. I'm a people watcher, and I look at what she eats, and I'm like going, oh, like, you could do so much better. And like, I've tried to say to her, we went to the movies on Sunday, and she goes, oh, do you want some grapes? And I went, no, thanks. Like, I just look at them and I think sugar. And there she is with it, but she thinks she's been good by having a bag of grapes. And I'm like, you could do so much better than that. But
it comes down to knowledge, awareness, and application. And yeah, that's why, you know, knowledge is always going to be key, because once we understand what our bodies need, or how it might impact our bodies, like, you're so much more likely to make different choices. And like you said, your mum probably doesn't even realize, and she thinks, well, it's fruit, it's better than cookies. So, you know, you've got to have that education to go with that. Tell me so we just talked about the obstacle of going on a holiday and then coming back and being swamped with work and realizing, hang on, boundaries, and I need to get that balance back right. And, you know, it's always going to be about priorities. What were certain tools and techniques that have helped you in the past, especially going through the program, to help you kind of stay motivated and on track, essentially?
Reading the posts, even though sometimes I sit back, because I know that I'm quite a out there person, so sometimes I try and sit back and let other people talk, so that, you know, they can talk, and I read their posts. Always was, and to be honest, every time I've lost weight and maintained weight, it is having that meal plan, that prepped meal plan. You know, because I work from home, I am going to be going into the office up to 2 days a week, I think, soon. And I will always, and this is my plan already, like, for when I get told, okay, this is it, you're in the office 2 days a week, I will have my little chili bag.
Yeah,
you know, I'll be one of those people walking in the office with their chili bag. And in my chili bag, I will have my salad for lunch, and it could be with chicken, because hey, how hard is it to buy a chicken from a cooked chicken, bring it home, rip it up, have it in the fridge, and then you just add it in. And it's also a good go-to dinner when I get home from Zumba on a Wednesday night, because I get home at 7:30.
It's about simplifying things, isn't it, really?
It's just
it doesn't
thinking
have
ahead.
to be overcomplicated.
So, I'll be that girl with my chili bin at work with my water. And it's honestly, it's actually thinking ahead and going, and if something goes wrong, hey, think about that chicken in the supermarket. You could just go and buy, rip up, throw away the skin, because let's be honest, you don't want to have that skin from the supermarket because it's wet and yucky. But, you know,
not the best,
that's not the best.
Totally with you on that one. So as someone that has like most women, let's be fair, tried various different coaching programs and different systems, like you said, Weight Watchers and all of that, with the Weight Loss Mastery Academy, what are you finding helpful, and what are you enjoying compared to, say, some, not that we're trying to, you know, badmouth other programs, but just in terms of your experience with the academy and what you enjoyed?
There's no pressure. Like, okay, I could say that when I did the Zen program, I did it through a certain person who I don't have anything to do with anymore, and there was the pressure to be perfect. There was a pressure that if you didn't lose this amount of weight per week, you're just not trying hard enough. It's just like, well, not everyone's going to lose a kilo a week. You know, sometimes I might only lose 300 grams a week, but still, that's better than putting on 300 grams. So it's like, there's just no pressure. There's no negativity. That's it. No negativity. It's just like, you know what, you can do this. And you're so honest, like, with your posts, you know, you've got stuff going on as well. And it's like, and you can relate. especially being a mum, that makes such a big difference because you sit down and okay, I'm getting a bit better now because I'm lucky now because Jaden's 13, so he's turning into that, leave
Do
me
my
alone
own
stage.
thing. Yeah.
But then still, you sit down after a long day, you just want to sit there and have 5 minutes to yourself, and they're in your ear.
Mm.
When's dinner? Oh, give me 5 minutes, So yeah, it's like also putting yourself first, even if it's only for 15 minutes, and then yep, just give me 15 minutes and I'll be there.
Yeah, it's definitely all about, and I guess that's the message I'm always trying to bring across to you ladies, is it's about progress, not perfection, because life will throw things at you. You've got other commitments, you've got potentially children with you as well. It's impossible to be perfect. No one is perfect, but often we raise the bar so high in terms of our level of expectation that we then feel defeated because life keeps us busy and we weren't able to maybe move our body as much, or like sleep as many hours as we wanted to. But it's kind of like, okay, what can I do every single day to move forwards? Because when you tell people like, oh, what are you doing, you're not losing half a kilo a week, you're not doing it hard enough and stuff, well, that's going to just demotivate someone. And that's the experience that I made myself as well, whereas it's quite important for me to empower people to say, okay, well, that's fine, yesterday is yesterday, today is today, but what can you do moving forward, so then we can use the knowledge that we've got from yesterday that maybe make things a little bit more challenging for you, so then next time you can be like, aha, okay, well, this time I'm going to do it differently, so then I don't feel like I was falling behind with something. And that's what it's all about. And over the years I've just learned that that is the way to move someone from where they are to where they want to be, supposed to drilling things into people, because life is just like, it's busy, let's be honest. Yeah, love that. Tell me, what about your overall scale and non-scale related victories? Like, do you have anything that sort of stands to mind?
Biggest thing I learned was don't go by the scales, go by your clothes. For some reason, I don't know why, my clothes fit better. I was able to, like, I had some jackets in the back of I'd never wear them because I look at them and I go, you are so gross. But you know what? I was determined I was going to get back into them. And I had this denim jacket that I got in the States in 2008, crack up. Anyway, and it got to the point, seriously, I couldn't even get it through my arms properly. It was so snug and it was so, like, there was no way I was going to do it up. It was like, gross. And then, but I did it up. And like, I mean, I still won't wear it because, oh, yuck, I wouldn't wear a denim jacket anymore. But the
you
thing is,
found your go-to way to measure your progress.
And I just chose this, and I did up all the buttons. Like, I did up all the buttons, and I'm like running around the house because, working from home is pretty cool, so no one's home. And I'm like, yeah, I've got these done up. Like, yeah.
I love that.
And also, the biggest thing is you can't determine where the weight's going to come off.
No.
That was what I learned. Like,
and also, as you're becoming more active and you're doing your workouts, you are gonna recruit more muscles, right? And muscles they're heavier than fat.
Yeah.
So you might be doing all the right things, but if you just go by the number on the scale, you're not incorporating the fact that you can gain muscle. And even if you've lost fat, that balance isn't going to show as much as doing measurements or just putting on, like you were saying, your jacket, because that's a real way to also measure progress. Yeah, I love that. That's such a good analogy.
And I got onto my medium tops that I wear for Zumba. So because I went out and bought, large, and then I got into my medium ones, and I'm like, I think that was is this, I would call it's light bulb moments. You have these light bulb moments and you go, I can carry on because, oh my God, I've got into this t-shirt that I haven't worn for 2 years. Like, yeah, I'm going out to Zumba and I'm wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, would you recommend Weight Loss Mastery to anyone else? And if so, can you maybe give a little bit of feedback in terms of why you would recommend it and why it's been helpful for you?
For me, I would recommend it because I'm going to continue doing it, by myself as well. But it's family friendly. That's it. It's family friendly because I cook these meals and my husband just goes, "Oh, that was yummy." You know,
Yes.
not that he, that, you know, or I'll say to him, "How was that?" And he goes, "It was okay," which is normally what he says about all my meals anyway. But they're family friendly, and or not even just, you can cook them for your mates as well, and they won't realize they're actually eating something that's actually
Good for them.
healthy. It's
Yeah.
like disguising stuff, but it's really cool. And my spices, oh yeah, me and the spice rack and Pick and Save, Countdown, and New World, we like each other quite regularly because I do stuff with spices, and it's just like, and then sometimes Russ will go, "Well, what did you put in that?" And I'll go, "Oh, I have no idea. I just went in the spice rack because I've got I've got a drawer right next to the stove top, and I just go, you know."
Yeah. You got to put in your flavor. And
Another quick a quick go-to meal. It's got more expensive now. It's now $38 a pack. Is the frozen salmon in Countdown in Rolleston. It's in the freezer in the corner there, next to some disgusting base fillets. Don't buy them because they're horrible. But it's great to have a packet of that frozen for a go-to meal.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a big fan of that as well, because otherwise it all adds up, especially if you buy the fresh salmon too. Just going back to what you were saying, I love that because most of us have got a history, and I've been there myself, where you end up cooking different meals because, you know, or kids won't eat that, or the husband won't like it. And again, it's like with anything and everything, you can only do that for that long, right? So you've got to find something that works for you, something that's quick, something that tastes good, and something also that everyone else can enjoy as well. And again, it goes back to sustainability. Yeah. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Like, I know your journey is going to carry on and continue. It's just really good to share and get your side of the things. Like, I mean, we've all kind of, you know, we've got our own stories, and I've got my own history and background myself and experiences and doing different things, which I obviously try to bring across into the Weight Loss Mastery program. So it's really good to hear your feedback and your experience, and that we can be honest about life getting in the way, and, you know, like, just not always being 100% perfect, because it's not about that. So I think that's a really, really strong message for anyone really looking to not just lose the weight, but then also to keep it off. So appreciate your time sharing that, Lisa.
Cool.